What's up, everybody? And hey, guess what? We're back here for Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2 reviews. And if you have not been keeping up with my previous reviews of Season 1 and other Walking Dead properties, know that my reviews are spoiler free. That way, when you check out the episode, when you get your chance to watch it, you can enjoy it the way I did. Therefore, my reviews are here to get you hyped, get you excited, and prepare you for things to come. And that way, basically, you get my reactions to the episodes. If I liked it, you know, what my emotional state for the episodes, all those sorts of things. So, you know, hopefully I'll see you around for the entire season. But nonetheless, we got to get into episode 1 here, folks. And this episode is entitled Konsekans. Now, I believe if that's Haitian Creole, that translates to, in English, consequences, which is super fitting for some of the things that happen in this episode. So we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, this is season 2, episode 1. And if anybody did not know, that season 2 is the final season of Walking Dead World Beyond, because it was already announced that it was going to be a limited series. So, you know, for folks, it's kind of like, wait, the last season already? Yeah, they announced that initially when this first was released, announced that this show was coming out. And for me, just to kind of give you my thoughts about it, I mean, it's serving its purpose here. I don't think they really wanted us to get super invested into these characters, because that's really not the purpose of this. I think this purpose was for us to get a vast understanding of what CRM is, how they operate, and then connect everything together. So this is going to connect to Fear, it's going to connect to The Walking Dead, and then obviously the movies and new series to come. But the core catalyst of everything connecting is CRM, and I think that you needed a dedicated series that's going to really show how they operate and like what their relevance is into the Walking Dead universe. So that's, you know, and things are coming. I mean, with the announcement of Jadis coming, who is the only person that knows about Rick, everybody's at the edge of the seat waiting for when that character will finally make her presence on this show, coming over from the other show. So let's get into this episode. I'm gonna read the synopsis and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So Hope's commitment to the future is put to the test, jeopardizing a potential reunion. Iris and Felix meet a new group. Startling revelations are made. Now, we have to break this down here. Hope, we know, was personally selected here by Elizabeth in order to go to CRM, and, you know, part of Huck's whole plan and whatnot. We get it from the end of last season. And when you break this down, with the synopsis is saying here, Hope's commitment to the future is put to the test. When you're talking about commitment to the future, that's basically talking about CRM's mission statement here. And yes, why they did all this recruitment and did all this to recruit her, then they still give her a final test, which is kind of like, what? And even Hope was kind of like, so you did all this just to put me through another test? Okay. And it is kind of weird. Then when you talk about the jeopardizing the potential reunion, we all know that Hope is only going because she wants to see her dad. So that's that. Iris and Felix, as we know, met up with Will. And at this point now, the two of them are kind of like, now what do? We need to get Hope. I still need to see my dad. And they also are, you know, because of the intel that Will is telling them, they're I'll say this, that I'll say that Iris is definitely being what do I say? Iris is becoming her own at this point now. You know, Iris is kind of hopeless. She's kind of reckless. She's definitely a kid, but I think once she starts facing the facts, I think we're about to see a new form of her. And yeah, I'll just say she flipped the script up a little bit in this episode, because she is definitely not who she was in season 1. But with that being said, too, we are 10 years into the apocalypse. I think that's important to note, too. So, you know, we initially see this episode start off with CRM and Elizabeth calling some shots. We know how they operate. We know what they've done. And in case you didn't know what they've done, then they reminded you what they've done to a larger degree. You know, we know that Campus Colony was destroyed, but we don't know what else they were up to, and they quickly let you know that CRM plays no games at all. And you know, the fact that everybody's learning this, it's kind of still like, oh wait, what? There's gonna be a lot of people kind of looking off into space like, what happened? And that's obviously gonna be very devastating considering the context for some people. So I mean, this affects Huck, this affects Hope, this affects Felix, this affects Irish, and this affects Will. Everybody's affected by some of the things that are being said when they learn to the degree of what CRM is truly capable of. I'll also say that, Huck has a very interesting role here. When you kind of see how she was used in the grand scheme of things, it kind of gets, I really don't feel sympathetic for Huck at all because she's a double agent, but also she's gonna have to face the judge too because everything ain't so sweet for her. She ain't, everything she planned ain't go the way she wanted it to go, and she's a really tricky character. I really don't know what to make of her because she's kind of still playing both sides of things, but you'll see. And when she has a conversation with her mom, I mean, I think it further emphasizes that no one can be trusted, not even your own family. So we'll see that there. When you talk about Irish and Felix, where they go to a new town perimeter. So we see a new colony, and how are they operating here? Because at this point now, CRM dominates everything. So like the fact that we're being introduced to a new community here, it's always kind of like, what side are they on, or how much do they know? And we're gonna learn a lot quickly here. But this episode, for the first episode, I gotta say that as I can't wait to check out episode 2, this episode definitely kind of grooved us into things kind of slow. This one definitely was driven on a lot of the information and detail to everything that's going on right now. And while there is people like Will who knows a lot, but whose life is clearly in danger because CRN's after them, then you have people like Felix, who's his partner, who's definitely kind of like, dude, a lot is happening right now. I'm emotional as hell, and he's trying to help Iris get back to Hope and for them to get to the father and all sorts of things. This is a lot of connecting dots in this episode. That's what that is. And I think I watched it 3 times, I believe, and I just kept picking out other different things about this that I didn't pick up on the first. And I will say that Hope, when Hope is put to this test, not only is this test a physical test, but it also becomes a mental test. And she definitely is, it's very challenging from her because she sustains an injury and that puts everything into question. And considering the degree of this injury, it definitely puts a lot of emphasis on her mental and like the things that are on the highest priority of her mind. That's what I'll leave that on. So you'll absolutely see Hope gets tested. And we know Hope is super smart. And so when her mental comes into question, you start to like, you really start to see the kid aspect of her, kid/maturity aspect to her, because you see how she's prioritizing things, and even some of the conversations that she has with Huck, and you're kind of like thinking like, okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, and by the way, it's Hope's birthday, and I'm pretty sure she did not plan on spending it this way, constantly being asked over and over, like, what is it that she really wants, in the sense of being tested. But hey, that's how it is, when you're rolling around with the CRM. But nonetheless, folks, let's wrap this up. I'm going to get over to episode 2, and that review will be waiting for you after you watch this. So, again, folks, as you know, each and every week, I'm here for your Walking Dead World Beyond spoiler-free reviews. That way you can get hype and excited and things to come for that episode. So, I'll see you over for episode 2 review right now. Big gold bell.